All right, welcome back. Working narcotics now, and I'm a first level supervisor. And we had a squad, and you know when you have a squad, people come and go. And we had a new guy come in, and in our profession or in that area, we have detectives and we have sergeants. And sometimes sergeants come over and want to be a detective. You can do either one. We had a cocky guy that was a sergeant comes over, and in my area of work, sergeants think they're better than detectives, and they're all the same. But they get a little cockiness because I'm a sergeant and you're only a detective. We both take exams. We both do all. We're pretty much equal. He comes over. We're talking one day about something, and talking about carrying our guns off duty. And our department allows us to. Actually, they encourage it, because if you're out there protecting the public and you're not necessarily on duty, but if you are carrying a badge and a gun, you should try to protect the public, even though you're not working. You know, you see all kinds of stories on TV about off-duty officers doing this and doing that, and that. You should be doing that. Your public trust, you hired, doesn't end, okay? And a lot of loyal guys will do stuff like that. Well, all the guys I work with, it was like 9 of us, we all carried guns all the time. This guy didn't carry one. He goes, I don't need to carry a gun. I don't need that stuff, I don't, okay, fine. So we're working surveillance, following people. He says, besides, the guns I have are right next to the seat in the car, and if I need to get to it, because we sit one guy in a car, we follow people all day long. I don't need to carry it on me. Why do I do that? That's ridiculous. And we're going, okay, well, I'm just saying, I'm not a supervisor. I'm just one of the supervisors. I said, well, it's up to you. Just you can get to it in a hurry would be nice. Okay, fine. Well, we're doing a surveillance in a medium dangerous part of Los Angeles County, and we didn't have cell phones then. So what you would do is when you're sitting waiting for a guy to move out of his house, somebody get on the radio and say, I'm off at Carl's Jr. to use the phone, or I'm off at Carl's Jr. to use the bathroom, or in one of the earlier videos on RealCopStoriesVideos.com, 3 things you look for when you're sitting and following someone: a bathroom, a place to eat, and shade. That's what you do when you're going to spend 8 to 12 hours out there and following someone. So he gets on the radio and says, I'm off to use the phone. Okay, and he was a single guy and he had a lot of girlfriends. It's fine. So he goes into, let's try to keep this from being too long. He goes to Carl's Jr. parking lot and pulls into next to phone banks. Pulls his car in. There's a raised step. I know because I had to investigate this later on. Raised step, and there's 3 phones right next to the car. Gets out of his car and goes to a phone. He tells me I'm on the phone, and I hear and I feel both at the same time. I hear, give me your keys, and I felt a revolver barrel on the small of my back here, on the side here, over his kidney. He looks over, and here's an undocumented alien with another undocumented alien, and they're looking around, and he wants his keys to his car. It's a plain car, under surveillance car. Doesn't have a gun. What's he going to do? He just became witness number 1, victim number 1 on a crime report. I never wanted to be victim number 1 on a crime report. On a report, I'm going to be arresting or shooting officers. Okay. So now he's just like any other citizen without a weapon. He's just a victim. So he gives him his keys. Of course, they going through his pockets while he's got the gun stuck to his rib cage. Takes his wallet. Tell him to move away. They jump in the car. They back his car out, off they go. He has no radio. He has no cell phone. Time is wasted here. He has to call our office. They have to put it out over the air. So all this time they're driving away. So we're all responding to the location probably 4 minutes after this happened. And I'm positive, it was off a major street, that one of our guys probably passed the car leaving, because you're going to try to get the hell out of there. And you're not looking for, all we heard was he was robbed and go to Carl's Jr. We didn't hear the fact they took his car. Would have been nice to know. We'd be looking for his car. Well, the problem is when we're broadcasting over the radio, the crooks can hear the radio. They have the police car with them, okay? So I'm the first one there, and I'm seeing him stand there. I look at, he's got this stupid look on his face, and I got my guy, what's going on, where are they? And he goes, you can put the gun away, they're already gone. What? So he tells me the story I told you. I'm going, and I go, our lieutenant rolls in there, okay, tells him the story. Lieutenant just shaking his head. He goes, first question, I have to do the investigation. I said, how many guns are in that car? He goes, well, I got one that I carried. It was a 9mm sitting in the seat. I have a 9mm off-duty one, smaller one, in my briefcase, which is in the car. I've got a shotgun in the trunk. So this crook just got 3 guns. Okay, free guns. Okay, and he had golf clubs in the back and all this stuff. So we got a helicopter up. We had to change frequencies because we started a broadcast. I told my lieutenant, we can't broadcast. He can hear us. So everybody changed frequencies. We hope the guy didn't know how to change frequencies. Changed frequencies, put out the broadcast, trying to find a helicopter, went over a couple of them because it was out of our city. So we had these coppers looking for it. Well, they found it next to a railroad tracks. couple of units went there. All the doors are open because he has the keys. All the trunks open. The thing's cleaned out. Whatever was important is out of there. It's gone. Bulletproof vest, hand radio, 3 guns. I mean, come on, okay? So I used to teach this later. I used to teach a survivor school. I used to talk to guys about this, about carrying your weapon everywhere. I told them, I said, okay, so he got his ass chewed, pardon my French, and then they opened up documentation of form on him because you've got to make paper on this. This is very important. You got guns stolen. I had to record the gun serial numbers. I don't know to this day if the guns are ever recovered. That's not really my area of responsibility. And so, luckily the car was okay. We had other cop cars been stolen just because people steal cars, not because it's a police car. And you find them on fire because they find out it belongs to an officer. They set it afire because they don't like cops, obviously. So that was it. He got his butt chewed, and he was off. They gave him a couple days off, suspension, and a reprimand in his package. All kinds of bad things happen here. So when he came back, we were in the offices, and I didn't say it. Usually I should, but somebody else said, "Hey, welcome back." Hey, and he goes, "Hey," because we're all wearing like t-shirts and big shirts, golf shirts, or, "Hey, I see you're carrying a gun, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, I carry it everywhere now." I said, "Yeah, really? You carry it everywhere?" He goes, "Yeah, I was out here taking a shower. I put it on the soap rack. I'm taking a shower." Very good. We all carry guns all the time. And then he had to teach him a hard lesson, and he got reprimanded. He got all kinds of bad things. But not only that, about him having bad things happen to him, the general public suffers here because these guys have guns. And what are they going to do with the guns? They're going to either sell them or probably rob more. If they robbed him, now they got 3 more guns to rob people with. And shotguns and all kinds of neat stuff. Ammo, everything. It's ridiculous. You don't do that sort of thing for yourself and for the public. You don't pay us our salaries to allow criminals to have all these guns. Anyway, so he learned, lesson learned. Yeah, some people learn the hard way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.